everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renée Jordan, and today we're going to start a series of safety first lessons. Now, I do not want to take it for granted that everyone knows or realizes these things. When we have new users to the internet, it's always easy to find out the functionality of the latest and greatest. However, while we are exploring the latest tools, the latest apps, the latest social media platforms, the latest way of communicating and getting in contact with people through the web, I want to ensure that I share lessons that I decided were important as it related to safety first. Now, I did a TikTok on what not to put in ChatGPT. And so even to take a few steps back before we even get to ChatGPT, there's other things that you need to know up front or recognize as important or confidential or as personal identifiable information. And so we're going to take a look at the first few set of lessons that deal with personal identifiable information that can be found on the Black-Liberation.Tech open educational resource. And so I will go ahead and share my screen. And here we have the Black-Liberation.Tech website. It is in both English and Spanish. And so the first thing we're going to do is go to the more extension so I can select lessons. And then from lessons, we're going to go to the first section, which now says safety first. Before you go online, learn how to stay safe, protect your privacy, and use technology in smart ways, from getting started to creating safer spaces for others. So let's take a look at lesson S1.0, Private Info, Public World. All right, so here we go. It starts off with some prompts to help you reflect, and you should write these things down, or you can make a note of them wherever you want. So handwriting them in your journal, or making a note on your phone, or doing a voice note if you like. And feel free to reply to this video with a comment with your answer. Reflect and write. What is personal information and why does it matter? Why do you think it's a bad idea to post your home address online? Write about what could happen if someone you don't know finds out where you live. Have you ever seen someone share their phone number online? How did it make you feel? What advice would you give to them? Think about your email address. Who should be allowed to see it? And why should you keep it private? What does stranger danger mean in the digital world? How is it the same or different from danger in real life? Imagine someone online starts asking personal questions like, where do you live? Or what school do you go to? What would you do? Why is it important to think before you answer? Have you ever chatted with someone online that you didn't know in real life? What steps did you take to stay safe? Or what would you do differently next time? Why do you think some people feel safe sharing personal information on social media? What are some risks they might not be thinking about? If your cousin or sibling asked you about sharing personal info online, what would you tell them? Write a short letter giving them 3 safety tips. And so now we're going to go take a look at a short story. And this is a short story about a group at an after-school tech club meeting. And Jazmin is the leader of that meeting. Okay, so let's give it a read. After school tech club meeting. Jazmin walks into the room smiling, her notebook in hand and her curly hair pulled into a puff. A group of about 10 girls of various backgrounds, ages 12 to 17, are waiting with snacks and open minds. Jazmin. Hey everyone, it's so good to see y'all again. Before we start, raise your hand if you've posted something online in the last 24 hours. Most hands go up. One girl raises both hands. Jazmin laughing. Okay, 2 hands. What were you posting? Spill it. Layla, 13, playfully. A dance video and a get ready with me from this morning. I was feeling myself. Jazmin, yes, confidence. Love that. Now, tell me, did you check your background before you posted? Layla, I think so. Wait, My house number might have been on the mailbox behind me. Jazmin, gently. That's real. It happens. But let's talk about why that's not just a detail. It's personal. It's location information. If someone wanted to find you, they could. Destiny 14. Like those people who find where celebrities live? Jazmin, exactly. But you're the star in your story too. You don't need 1 million followers to have someone watching. Safety starts with protecting what's yours, like your home address, phone number, and even your email. Imani, 16, raises his hand. I actually had something happen last year. I was talking to someone online who seemed cool, like funny, always complimenting my outfits. But then he asked what school I went to, and I told him. Room gets quiet. Imani, voice shaking. It turns out he was a grown man, not even close to being a teen. My mom found out after he sent me a weird message about meeting up after practice. I was so embarrassed and scared. I felt dumb. Jazmin, softly. Imani, thank you for being brave. You're not dumb. You were trusting. There's a difference. That could happen to any of us. I'm glad you're safe. A few girls tear up. One hugs Imani. Jazmin places a hand over her heart. Marisol, 15. Wait, so are emails a big deal too? I thought it was just spam I had to worry about. Jazmin, good question. Emails are like keys to your digital life. If someone gets into your email, they can reset your passwords, read your personal messages, even pretend to be you. Tiana, 12. That happened to my cousin. Someone hacked her email and sent weird stuff to her teacher. She almost got suspended. Jazmin, see, that's a real consequence. When it's your phone number, home address, or just chatting online, every piece of info is a puzzle piece. Don't let strangers complete your puzzle. Jazmin, lightening the mood. Okay, let's do a quick test. If I say the info, you say keep it private if we shouldn't share it. Home address, girls, keep it private. Phone number, girls, keep it private. Your middle name and your favorite color combination as your password. Layla, keep it private. But also, bad password, sis. Laughter fills the room. Jazmin, right. Let's not make it easy. And look, I'm not saying never share anything. I'm saying share smart. Ask yourself, would I want someone I don't know to see this? Imani, smiling a little. Now I ask myself, would Jazmin approve? They all laugh again, and Jazmin wipes a tear while laughing. Jazmin, I love y'all. But even more, I want you safe. When you show up online, let it be on your terms, not someone else's. Got it? All girls got it. Now, the end of this lesson contains a PDF. It has more questions for the person who is on this lesson to reflect and write about. And that way they can do another deep dive into personal information. All right, so that was the first lesson. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next one. So once again, we're at the Black-Liberation.Tech website, and we're going to go to S1.1, be seen, not exposed. So once again, we're starting off with a reflect and write section so that you can think about and write down your thoughts as it relates to the following. Reflect and write questions. Why do you think it's risky to post your birthday or who you live with on social media? How could someone use that information in a bad way? Think about the last picture you posted or shared. What was in the background? Could anything personal be seen? Have you ever seen a picture online with someone's car and license plate showing? How did that make you feel? What could go wrong if that information got into the wrong hands? Why might family pictures sometimes reveal more than we expect? Give an example of a photo that might seem harmless but could share too much. Imagine a stranger is looking at your photos or post. What parts of your home would you not want them to see? Why? What's something simple you can do before posting a picture to make sure it's safe to share? Write down 1 or 2 steps you will take from now on. What would you do if a friend posted a photo of you that shared too much personal information, like your house or school name? How would you talk to them about it? Write a message to your future self reminding you how to stay safe online when sharing pictures or photos. Start your message with, "Hey, future me," before you post, remember? Now, the next thing we're going to do is take a look at the story that goes along with this lesson. Now, here's the setup. It's a community workshop in a church fellowship hall. It's entitled Digital Safety and Smart Posting. Setting. A small group of moms and daughters sit in folding chairs arranged in a circle. A sign near the front reads, "Be seen, not exposed. Protecting what matters online." Ebony stands at the front with a digital tablet and a warm smile. There's a table with water bottles, notepads, and mini cupcakes nearby. Ebony, thank y'all for being here. I know your Saturdays are busy, so I promise to keep it real and keep it moving. We're here to talk about what we post, how we post, and why it matters. Ebony, holding up her tablet. Let's start with a quick one. If you took a selfie in my kitchen right now and posted it to Instagram, what's something in the background that could cause a problem? Mia, 14. Ooh, like your address on a package or something. Ebony, exactly. That's detail in the background. I saw a girl post a clean with me video and forgot she had her school ID on the fridge. Some creep found out what school she went to. Mrs. Allen, mom of 13-year-old twins. That's crazy. These apps are cute until somebody shows up in your real life. I tell my girls all the time, check the background like you check your teeth in the morning every time. Everyone chuckles. Ebony laughing. Yes, Mrs. Allen, that's going on a t-shirt. Naima, 16. My friend posted a family barbecue video last summer and her little cousin's birth certificate was in the shot. I was like, girl, take that down. Ebony, whew. Y'all are proving my point better than I could. Your home is sacred. What's in it, who's in it, those things are for you, not the internet. Jazmin, 12. Wait, so family pictures too? Ebony, yes, ma'am. Even family photos can give clues. A t-shirt with your school name, the view outside your window, a trophy with your last name on it. It all adds up. Folks, zoom in. Mrs. Riviera, quiet but firm. Can I say something? Last year, my niece posted a birthday photo of her new car. Her plates were showing. A week later, someone tried to follow her home from the gas station. The room goes silent. Mrs. Riviera, voice rising. I was livid, not at her for not knowing, but how fast it happened. The car picture was up for 10 minutes. 10! Ebony, gently. Thank you for sharing that. That anger, that's real. But so is the power we have when we know better. That's what this space is for. No shame, just lessons. Tamara, 15. So you shouldn't even post your birthday? Ebony, here's the deal. Your birth date, your address, who you live with, those are identity markers. Companies ask you those questions for a reason. And if someone's trying to guess your password or fake your identity, that info helps them. Mia playfully. What if I just post, "It's my birthday," but no year? Ebony smiling. Smart. That's a safer move. Celebrate without receipts. Mrs. Allen smirking. Okay, but what about us mamas? Sometimes we post y'all in pajamas with the house address on the mailbox. I'm guilty. Ebony grinning. We love y'all, but yes, even parents gotta check the frame. Your love can still be private and powerful. Naima. So it's not just about what we post, but what's in the post. Ebony, exactly. What you post, what's around you, what's in the background, it all tells a story. The question is, who are you telling it to? And do they deserve the story? Tamara, softly. I think I'm oversharing sometimes. Not on purpose, but just not thinking. Ebony, we've all done it, but you just had your aha moment. That's how we grow. Mrs. Riviera, can we get a checklist or something? Like Before you post, did you? Ebony, yes, ma'am. I got y'all. We're going to build that together. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Everything you post is a piece of you. Make sure every piece is safe, strong, and sacred. Scene closes. The room fills with a hum of conversation, a few hugs, and some thoughtful silence. Ebony walks over to Mia and quietly hands her a sticky note. You're more powerful than your post. Use that power wisely. Now, at the end of this lesson, there's another PDF that you're welcome to download, and it contains a checklist of before you post, did you, and it covers things for girls to think about as well as their moms, and then things that both girls and their moms should think about. All right, let's go to the next lesson. So once again, Black-Liberation.Tech website, we're at lessons, and we're going to take a look at this third lesson, safe spaces, shared screens. All right, so it starts off with, once again, a reflect and write exercise, and it says reflect and write, creating safe online environments and protecting others. Reflect and write questions. Imagine you're hosting an online class or club meeting. What are 3 things you should check before turning on your camera or screen sharing? Why is it important to protect other people's privacy during a virtual session? What could happen if someone's name, face, or background is shared without permission? Think about a time when you were in an online session. Did you notice anything personal in someone's background? How did it make you feel? What is identity theft? In your own words, explain how someone's information could be stolen and misused online. Oversharing can lead to someone pretending to be you. What are some things you can do to make sure your personal data stays safe in shared spaces? If you see someone sharing too much personal information in a group chat or online meeting, what should you do? How can you support them without embarrassing them? What does a safe online space look and feel like to you? List 3 rules or values you would use to build one for your friends or classmates. Write a short message you could post in a group chat or online meeting to remind others to stay safe and respectful online. Hey everyone, just a quick reminder. All right, so those were the reflect and write questions or prompts. And so now let's take a look at the story that goes along with this lesson. Saturday morning workshop. Your digital space, your rules. Location, a local high school media center. Coffee, snacks, and chargers are set out on the table. Njoki sits in a circle with a group of high school girls and their mothers. Everyone has their phones nearby. The room is casual and welcoming. Njoki. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I wanted us to have a real conversation, not just about what we see online, but how we build spaces that protect us and others. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been in a virtual meeting and noticed something in someone's background that made you uncomfortable? Kayla, 16. Ugh. Yes. One time, a girl had her whole medicine cabinet open behind her during a Zoom. You could read the labels on everything. Mrs. Jackson, Kayla's mom. Oh no, that's the kind of thing you don't even realize is visible until someone screenshots it. Njoki nodding. Exactly. That's what I mean by protecting the space. When we host or even just participate in online sessions, we have to be intentional about what's showing and what might show up later. Ava, 17. I once saw somebody's baby's brother's school info on the fridge during a class. Full name and school name on a flyer. Njoki, that's such a good example. It's not always about our information either. It's about being mindful that we're protecting everyone who shows up in our frame, even if they didn't choose to be seen. Mrs. Gomez, mother of 2. I didn't know much about Zoom privacy settings until my job required us to do webinars. I had my full name and personal email just out there, no password on the meeting either. Njoki, that's real. And for folks in roles like yours, where you're managing information for others, it's even more important. Simple things like turning off name displays or using nicknames for kids in group calls can go a long way. Layla, 15. Can we talk about identity theft for a second? Because my mom had her info stolen last year, and it was actually kind of scary. Mrs. Thompson, her mom visibly unsettled. It was awful. Someone used my social to apply for loans I didn't take out, all because I posted a new job announcement with too much detail and used my birthday month in the caption. They pieced it all together. The room gets quiet. Njoki softly. Thank you for sharing that. I know that wasn't easy, and I'm really sorry that happened to you. It shows how something that feels celebratory can be turned into a vulnerability. That's why identity protection isn't just about keeping your password strong. It's about thinking, what does this post reveal about me that a stranger could use? Zuri, 16, trying to lighten the moment. I'm over here changing my Instagram bio in real time. Everyone laughs a little. The tension breaking. Njoki smiling. Hey, that's growth in action. Mrs. Wilson. So how do we balance it? Like, we want to be proud of our kids, share moments, celebrate wins, but how do we keep it safe? Njoki, that's the big question. I like to say, if it feels like an announcement, make it private. If it feels like a memory, ask who needs it. Not everything has to be for everyone. Kayla, okay, wait, that's kind of deep. Mrs. Jackson grinning. We need that one on a mug. Njoki. So let's close with this. What does a safe online space mean to you? Not just for yourself, but for your family, your friends, your community. Ava, a place where I don't feel judged for what I don't share. Layla, where people know I care about them, even if I don't repost everything they post. Mrs. Thompson, where I don't have to explain why I protect my peace, even digitally. Njoki, yes, yes, all of that. Safe online spaces don't just happen, they're built, and you all are already doing the work. Scene ends. Moms and daughters exchange ideas, hugs, and plans to check their account settings when they get home. Njoki leaves the room with a printed checklist titled, Before You Share, Is It Kind? Is it clear? Is it safe? All right. And then this lesson ends with a PDF that is downloadable. This one is bilingual. The other two are available in English as well as Spanish. You would need to go to the Spanish site to pull down the Spanish version of those other documents. However, this one I do have set up so that it's bilingual. It contains both English and Spanish. And so it has an activity for people to complete after they read the story. And then it also includes the Before You Share safety checklist. And so it has a list of things for you to check off before you share. And it also includes a bonus prompt. So those are the 3 safety first lessons that I have available for you to check out on the Black-Liberation.Tech website. In the comments, I want you to share your experiences to help somebody else. I want you to ask questions to get somebody else to think. And if you see a question in the comment section, feel free to answer it to help out your fellow community member. With all that being said, once again, thank you for listening to the Black-Liberation.Tech podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renée Jordan. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, rate, and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.